Hello, and welcome to Rose Play, Season 13, Episode 15, as a wildfire. So, last time we pretty much completed the Horsemaster quest other than the Watchtower here, and I figured since we had to come back to town anyway, we'll go ahead and talk to everybody. And I'll go ahead and get rid of that so that we can read people's comments if anybody decides to comment. Alright, so let's get the Watchtower out of the way and talk to everybody.
Have you kept in touch with our friends in Lady S13's estate? Several bards will play for her tomorrow night. We will have names soon enough.
That's nice. Alright, so we got a reward of the Watchtowers being done. Woo! Alright, let's go ahead and talk to everybody, see if anything's changed with them. If we have time, we'll go back to town. Well, I know Mother Giselle's new here, so I bet you she'll have something to say.
How fares your quest to seal the breach?
See if I can raise this a little bit. Nope, 15 is good enough. Quest to seal the breach. Damned if I know. They're frustrating me.
Not as well as it should. How can people focus on trivialities when faced with the breach?
It is easy for us to imagine that mundane matters fall aside in tumultuous times.
There's
The
some
Count of
big
does not
words.
speak of feeding troops or arranging meetings or any such mundane concerns. But every organizational detail you contend with, Andraste herself once faced. These trivialities are steps on your
These
path to
trivialities.
even if history never remembers them.
I guess thank you?
I appreciate your insight, Mother Giselle.
Take it for whatever it is worth. You walk a difficult path, and there is little enough I can do to aid you. In any case, I pray this Inquisition proves less brutal than its predecessor.
I hope so.
Do you know who the Grand Clerics will choose as the next Divine?
It is a difficult decision. All the obvious candidates perished with Divine Justinia at the Conclave.
Oh, that explosion at the
The
beginning of
Grand
the game really
Clerics
screwed
are
a lot of
terrified
things
of the
up.
Inquisition. They will not decide soon, and I fear they will not decide wisely. Whoever is chosen needs the Inquisition's support. No one else seems likely to seal the breach.
Oh, yeah. How are the people?
How are the people doing after what happened at the Conclave?
They are scared, of course. Many have lost homes or loved ones. I doubt many will sleep well until you have sealed the breach. I have offered what.
Yeah, good luck with that. I'm level 6 and I still can't take down a breach of level 5s. I think we're screwed. How are people at Haven then? Or is that the same question I just asked?
Doing?
They are terrified. Many of them came here because the war between
I
the
think this
Mages
is it.
and the Templars destroyed their homes. In their minds, the
Yeah,
death
it
of the
is.
Divine has destroyed any chance of peace.
I was pretty much just asking the same question. Oh, how are the people? How are the people at
Some of them
Haven?
fled their fields. If we do not restore order, half of Thedas may starve.
That sounds fun.
What are you doing to help these people?
My sisters and I
What?
have been tending to the injured as best we are able. Some refugees come with food, while others arrive
Hi.
empty-handed. I have helped ensure that all have enough.
Everything okay?
Beyond that, many simply wish the
Yeah, but
familiar
it's down there.
comfort of the Chant of Light. It is little enough work to offer some comfort to those in pain.
Do you have information on the people elsewhere?
I told you that's where it was.
The lands are desperate. Without help, starvation or
I
war
didn't
will claim
listen.
many lives.
Okay. That happens to me too, don't worry.
Are besieged
I don't listen a
and
lot.
dead. They have sent word begging for assistance. People are vanishing in the hills of Emprise de Lyon. It may be demons or something worse, but they are terrified. More than that I cannot say. It is a chaotic time for all in Olay and Ferelden.
Farewell.
Farewell.
With you.
Alright, well, we know Josephine's in here. I didn't talk to her fully. I just kind of listened to whatever she was doing and then left her. I was like, nope!
Greetings.
I'm pretty sure I did
How
all
do you
these.
and Liliana know each other?
We moved through similar circles in Orlais. I believe we actually met in Val Royaux. Leliana was quite an accomplished player of the game by then.
Oh no, I guess I haven't. What's the
What
game?
exactly do you mean when you say the game?
Forgive me. The game refers to the slow duels of influence among the noble and powerful of Orlais.
That sounds boring.
It's a rather light-hearted name for the matter, but Orlesians are fond of playful touches.
About yourself. I said, tell me about yourself. Oh, okay. I was like,
What business are the
tell me about
mercenaries
yourself.
in
No,
exactly?
I'd rather not.
We began as merchants. My ancestors founded the first trade routes to Rivain. We once sent entire fleets across the waking sea.
But not anymore?
No. These days, our vessels are a touch more modest.
Tell me about your
What
work
did you do
then.
before coming here?
I had the great honor of serving Antiva's crown as ambassador to Orlais. I'm also first in line to become the head of House Montilier, though my siblings attend to our mercantile affairs.
How strong are your past loyalties?
I would never have given up my position if I did not intend to fully commit to the Inquisition.
That's
We
good.
cannot fall back on borders. Antiva is as threatened as any country by the rebellions. If anything, the alliances I forged there may help our current cause.
Well, we have other causes.
Do you think
Probably
the
not.
Inquisition will continue after we seal the breach?
If we prove ourselves by healing the breach, people may turn to us for other things. Protection.
We're gonna become our own religion.
Justice. The Inquisition offered these once to those in need.
Tell me, do you believe I was saved by Andraste at the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
I should much like to believe so, Your Worship. The miracles Andraste performed were so long ago, they're difficult to picture. If it were truly her and the Fate who saved you... Well, in any case, many already believe you walk in the Maker's light.
That's good. I guess apparently goodbye, even though I know there's more to talk to you about. Don't you leave me without finishing your sentences. Alright. What I'll do this.
What exactly does your job entail?
I meet with ambassadors from various factions and countries and cement alliances with them. We are a young cause. Diplomacy is essential to our credibility.
Then you speak for the Inquisition with these nobles.
I do. Someone must foster goodwill on our behalf, as well as prevent controversy as news of us spreads.
Are we that controversial?
How
I'm a
will you
Qunari.
do
Of
this?
course we're that
Make no
controversial.
mistake. Every noble house, every throne, is waiting to see what the Inquisition does next. Many are willing to pledge support.
Apparently, I'm just gonna sit on my butt and talk to you
in
people.
just the right fashion. I intend to see that they are.
Tell me how you came to work for the Inquisition again.
I'd been considering leaving my post in Antiva for a new challenge when Leliana recruited me. There's such unrest in Thedas, and the Inquisition seems a promising method to stop it. It's to everyone's benefit if we prevent the Mage-Templar conflict from spreading further.
So, was it the prospect of stability that drew you here?
The full impact of the Mage Rebellion has yet to be felt, and that was before the death of the Divine. The violence must be curbed before we see it turn to full-scale war.
Oh, okay, the violence must be curbed before we see it turn to a... Yeah, no, I gotta agree.
I can only imagine the bloodshed if it escalates further.
I'm afraid history holds many examples of what will happen if it does.
Anything to report?
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Okay, how are our guests?
Any
Wow, she has a
visiting
lot to
dignitaries I
say.
should watch out for?
Sir Griffith of Denerim, a most distinguished knight of the realm. He's defeated darkspawn, slain demons, chased down abominations. Just don't ask him about it over dinner. He spares no detail.
Alright, gotcha. Throw up if I ask him. Well, not done.
What do the people make of us?
Despite our fame, we're low on steadfast allies. We must aim for more.
Okay, what about our allies?
Any thoughts on the people here?
Who did you mean?
Talk about our warriors. I guess Cullen and Cassandra.
Commander Cullen came to mind.
The commander is an intelligent, cautious man. I'm grateful he's in charge of our standing army. Still, he does sometimes resemble the man with a hammer to whom everything appears as a nail.
Alright, I still have a warrior.
I was thinking of Cassandra.
Seeker Pentagast is a princess of the Kingdom of Nevada, although that
Oh, she's a princess?
isn't important to her. She was not
Interesting.
interested when I asked if we might make use of her royal relations. Still, the Inquisition would not have formed without Cassandra. She's an extraordinarily driven woman.
We should only have one mage besides myself.
What's your impression of Solus?
And one rogue,
I
too.
suppose I should be wary of an apostate, but our elven mage has conducted himself with the utmost propriety. And he has the most fascinating stories.
I bet he does. How about our roguish friends?
Oh, I could listen to his tales for hours. He actually let me read a chapter of his next book he's writing. My friends would be sick with envy if they knew. It's excellent, but a bit different from his past works. Only 3 beheadings so far.
Goodbye! I don't think I like the beheading! Run! Alright. Actually, let's see if what Cullen has to say. Like I said, the whole episode is going to go to talking to people. Cullen? Hello?
Mages and Templars were
Okay.
already at war. Now they're blaming each other for the Divine's death.
Which is why we require a proper authority to guide
turn
them
around.
back to order.
There we go.
Who? You? Random clerics who weren't important enough to be at the Conclave.
The Rebel Inquisition and its so-called Herald of Andraste? I think not.
Yo, I'm sitting right here. Yeah, no, I'm agreeing with this.
If the proper authority hadn't completely failed, the Conclave wouldn't have been needed.
So you suggest I blame the Chantry and exalt a murderer? What of justice?
That won't help restore order in the here and now.
Order will never be restored so long as this rebellion is allowed to fester.
Yeah, I like him. Not really.
Remind me why you're allowing the Chancellor to stay?
Clearly, your Templar knows where to draw the line.
He's toothless. There's no point turning him into a martyr simply because he runs at the mouth. The Chancellor's a good indicator of what to expect in Val Royeaux, however.
Thanks, that really makes me want to go to Val Royale now.
How widespread is the violence between mages and Templars?
Impossible to say.
Your organization flouting the Chantry's authority will not help matters.
With the Conclave destroyed, I imagine the war between mages and Templars is renewed with interest.
The mages and Templars are fighting even though we don't know what really happened at the Temple of Sacred Ashes?
Exactly why all this should be left to a new divine. If you are innocent, the Chantry will establish it as so.
Yeah, me and religious things don't mix so well when it comes to
You
me
think
being
nobody
killed.
cares about the truth? We all.
Oh, he's guilty, but there's all this evidence that says he's innocent. Off with his head, I hate you.
Conveniently swept under a carpet.
I'll make sure they see reason in Val Royeaux.
I pray you're right.
Yeah, I pray we won't.
I will keep the peace while you and the others appeal to the Chantry in Val Royeaux.
Better ready yourself for the blame you will be rightly assigned.
Okay. Let's do Solid. Mage has anything new to say. Ow. I was like, why did I jump down here when I have to jump up I didn't realize there were stairs.
As I explored the Fade, I felt the presence of an intriguing artifact in the hinterlands. If you are willing, I would like to locate it. I have marked its location as best I could determine.
Sure, tell me about
What
the
do you
thing.
know about the Fade?
A great deal from my wanderings. There are few hard facts, but I can share what I have learned.
Yay, new things for
I'd like
him to
know
say.
more about the breach.
And he approves of it, too.
It is
Always
a veil
approved.
between this world and the Fade, allowing spirits to enter the world physically. Small tears occur naturally when magic weakens the veil, or when spirits cluster at an area that has seen many deaths, But your mark allows you to exert some control over the breach. That means it was created deliberately.
Well, that's good to know that somebody put a hole in my hand.
I'd like to know more about the Veil.
Hey, he's approving some
Circle
more.
mages call it a barrier between this world and the Fade. But according to my studies in ancient elven lore, that is a vast oversimplification. Without it, imagine if spirits entered freely. The Fade was not a place one went, but a state of nature like the wind.
Sounds. I guess that sounds marvelous. I guess I'm a mage, so.
And dangerous. But yes, a world where imagination defines reality. Where spirits are as common as trees or grass. Instead,
That's just what we need. A spirit walking by you every 5 seconds, tipping its hat or its mouth growing and trying to eat you. That's what I want in my spirits.
I'd like to know more about demons.
The Chantry says that demons hate the natural world and seek to bring their chaos and destruction to the living. But such simplistic labels misconstrue their motivations, and in so doing, do all a great disservice. Spirits wish to join the living, and a demon is that wish gone wrong.
Okay, cool. Spirits who join the living.
Is there a way to coexist? To live with them, if not in peace, at least without such active confrontation?
Not in the world we know today. The Veil creates a barrier that makes true understanding most unlikely. But the question is a good one, and it matters that you thought to ask.
Cool, good.
We'll talk later.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. People left. Wait. I was like, where's Cassandra? Oh, she vanished. Alright. I don't think I can get hurt inside Haven. Probably a good thing. Oh, there she is. I'm like, what am I trying to... Oh, that. Nobody cares about that. What do you want, Liliana? Oh, I haven't talked to Liliana yet.
The champions of the just. Blessed are the righteous. The lights in the shadow. In
Right.
their blood, the Maker's will is written. Is that what you want from us? Blood. To die so that your will is done? Is death your only blessing? You speak for Andraste, no? What does the Maker's prophet have to say about all of this? What's his game?
How is
Game.
this a game?
Do you see the sky? What about the temple ruins? The bones lying in the dust? Even if you didn't support the Divine's peace, you wouldn't call this right. Who could? So many...
Whoever's
innocent
doing
lives.
this?
The faithful murdered where the holiest of holies once stood. If the Maker willed this, what is it if not a game or a cruel joke?
As confused as you.
Don't ask me. I'm as baffled as you are.
You probably don't even
That
work
sounds
with
about
the
like
Maker.
me. Don't ask me. I'm as baffled as you
He
are.
asks a lot. The Chantry teaches that the Maker abandoned us. He demands repentance for our sins. He demands it all. Our lives, our deaths. Justinia gave him everything she had, and he let her die.
Yeah, my sympathies.
I'm sorry. Her death has clearly hit you hard.
Not just me. All of us. She was the Divine. She led the faithful. She was
I'm
the
guessing, in other
heart.
words, the Pope
If
died.
the Maker doesn't intervene to save the best of his servants, what good is he? I used to believe I was chosen, just as some say you are. I thought I was fulfilling his purpose for me, working with the Divine, helping people. But now she's dead. It was all for nothing. Serving the Maker meant nothing.
Let me help you.
Maybe you have another purpose. I could help you find it.
No, this is my burden. I regret that I even let you see me like this.
I regret you even telling me about this if you don't want me to help you.
Come, to work then. We will speak later.
Is that the truth, or are you lying to me? Am I going to talk to you and you're going to be like, oh, blah, 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 blah. No, she wasn't lying. All in, Liliana. Okay. We'll at least finish the talking this episode, since there's only 2 people left. And then the next episode, we'll start back at the Hinterlands, continuing our journey.
Need something?
I have questions about Hawk, if there are any.
I've read your Tale of the Champion, and I have a few questions.
That's a pretty common reaction. Go ahead.
There's nothing, never mind.
Carry on.
Why did you ask him then, if you have nothing to talk about?
Can I ask you something, Varric?
You want to talk about me? I'm flattered. Also inclined toward extravagant lies.
Thanks, Varric.
Why are these options available if I got nothing to say? Just be like, goodbye.
Need something?
I want to know more about Red Lyrium.
Let me guess.
I'll tell you what I can.
I think that's enough on Red
Either
Lyrium.
I don't know when to not ask questions and I have no answers to, or he is very worst conversationalist.
When there was no sky maker. When there was no...
Okay, do not slash me here.
Ugh.
The breach returns. Oh my god, I can already flirt with her. Well, I don't have a girlfriend yet. I'm gonna be a flirt until I get to what's her face. So we're gonna go.
You're kind of a force of nature, aren't you?
When I need to be.
It's impressive.
You flatter me.
I'm trying.
Did I do the right thing?
Wow. He really didn't hold back with
motion
that.
Here could destroy everything I have revered my whole life. One day they may write about
You're
me as a
flattering me.
traitor,
I'm
a mad
trying.
fool, and they may be right.
What does your faith tell you?
I believe you are innocent.
Good, because I
believe
think
more
I
is
am.
going on here than we can see. And I believe no one else cares to do anything about it. They will stand in the fire and complain that it is hot. But is this the maker?
Maybe they shouldn't stand in the fire then.
Guess.
You don't think I'm the Herald of Andraste?
I think you were sent to help us. I hope you were.
Yeah, you better
The
hope.
Maker's help takes many forms. Sometimes it's difficult to discern who it truly benefits, or how.
What's going to happen now?
Now, we deal with the Chantry's panic over you before they do even more harm.
I think that's already a fail there.
Then we close the breach. We are the only ones who can.
No, you're the only one that can.
After
Remember,
that,
you got the
we
breach
find out
face.
who is responsible for this chaos, and we end them. And if there are consequences to be paid for what I have
You just
done,
hide it behind
I
a
pay
dummy.
them. I only pray the price is not too high.
Yeah, this is disturbing.
Isn't it a bit late to worry about it now?
We have only just begun. My trainers always said, Cassandra, you are too brash. You must think before you act. I see what must be done, and I do it. I see no point in running around in circles like a dog chasing its tail.
Whoa. Did
But
we
I
just go
misjudged
from
you
you
in
being
the
a breach to
beginning,
you
did I
being
not?
the Joker?
I thought the answer was before me, clear as day. I cannot afford to be so careless again.
You had cause,
It wasn't
though.
like you had no reason to suspect me.
I was determined to have someone answer for what happened. Anyone. I'm curious. Do you even believe in the Maker?
I'm a Qunari, remember? Yeah, we're going with that one since I am a Qunari.
You're asking me?
You're not a follower of the Kyun. You could be. I suppose it doesn't matter now. I have to believe we were put on this path for a reason, even if you do not. Now it simply remains to see where it leads us.
I guess she's right on that. Where did Cassandra go? I still need to talk to you.
It occurs to me I don't actually know about you.
It means that I'm so tall that I'm looking right over you.
Not sure. Where are you?
make something up, Teller, you don't know.
I thought you knew that.
I suppose I could ask Liliana. She has collected a frightening amount of information on you.
That is
But I don't
frightening,
want to
actually.
ask her. I want to hear it from you.
Sure, Teller.
No specific place. My mercenary band worked mostly in the free marches, however.
At least until you crossed the waking sea to reach the Conclave, I suppose. Tell me, do you consider the free marches your home? Are you eager to go back?
None of your business, that's nice. I like home is wherever I am. Since I seem to be a
Wherever I am
mercenary.
is home enough for me.
That's how I feel now.
Oh, she slightly approves.
After
That's
years of
nice.
tending to business for the Divine.
I'd like to get to know you better.
You would?
Is that a problem?
Not entirely. I'm just curious as to your motivation.
Sure, I'm gonna flirt with her since I've got nobody else to flirt with, and apparently my Kunari is very brash and stuff.
Is there any harm in us becoming a little closer?
Plenty.
She slightly disapproves,
Right.
As you wish.
but he
My
chuckled.
name is Cassandra Pentecost, daughter of the Royal House of Navarra, 78th in line for the Navarran throne. I joined the Seekers of Truth as a young woman, and was with the Order until they withdrew from the Chant.
I think the best part of the game is just
I
flirting with
remained
anything that gives me the
Divine's right
option,
hand,
even if it's a male
carrying
right
out
now.
your order to form the Inquisition.
Until we decide who I should
And
date
here
for
we are.
sure.
That's all there is to know, my lord.
Gee, a Navarrian royalty?
You're a member of Navarra's royal family.
The Pentecosts are a very large clan. Half of
There we
Canada
go.
could say the same.
Really?
The dummy's like, you
No,
shall not
it appears
listen.
that way. I have hundreds of relatives so distant they need charts to prove we're related at all.
Dang.
And they have them. Oh yes. The Pentecosts value their precious blood like it runs with gold.
Okay.
So, not on very good terms with your family then?
I do not visit, if that's what you mean.
Sure, that's what I meant.
Pentecosts are famed for dragon hunting, but few actually pursue the craft. Most are fat and lazy. They pay lip service to the Maker and care only for idle pleasures and past glories. My brother was all that kept me in Navarra. Once he was gone, so was I.
That's what happened to your brother.
Tell me about your brother.
I would prefer not to speak of Anthony. Another time, perhaps.
I assume he died. Alright, tell me about Navarra then.
You like
Anything
your
else?
homeland much.
My family polluted it for me. What little I saw of my homeland was through the bars of a gilded cage.
Actually, you know what?
My uncle
I will
treated me
leave
like a
my
porcelain
romantic
doll
choice
to
up
be
to
placed
you.
on a shelf
I
and
will just
dusted
flirt
when
with
necessary.
people,
Thus,
and
I
when
did
it
not
actually
see
asks if we
Navarra
want to pursue
the
this,
real
I will ask
Navarra
you yes
until
or
much
no.
later.
That'll be who we
By
decide.
then,
That way I have no
realized
idea who
I
my
knew
romantic
not
love
at all.
interest would be.
Your uncle. What about your parents?
They had the misfortune of taking the wrong side in the second attempt to overthrow King Marcus. The king
That's fine.
executed them, but
Oh.
spared my brother and I since we were family and children at the time. Thus we were raised by my uncle, a mortalitasi who preferred the company of his corpses to the living.
That sounds even
Your
more
uncle was
disturbing.
Mortalitasi?
A death mage. He still is. My countrymen do not burn the dead. They bury them in special crypts. The Mortalitasi supervise the crypts, like priests. Uncle Vestalis oversees the grand necropolis. Navarrans spend more time honoring dead relatives than they do with living ones. It is odd to be so fascinated with death and its trappings. I will never understand it.
Right, you work for the Divine?
You were the right hand to the Divine.
To Divine Justinia, yes. And Divine Beatrix before her, in fact. The position is normally reserved for Templars of the Knights Divine, but my circumstances were...
Yeah, apparently you got an uncle who likes to
You don't
bring
know
things
the
back
story?
from the dead.
Thank the Maker. I will tell you if you wish, but it isn't as exciting as some drum it up to be. The short version is that I once saved the previous Divine's life. My reward was becoming her right hand.
Alright, what is the right hand?
But what does
As if
a
I
right
don't already
hand
pretty
do?
much know that,
What
probably.
is your hand capable of? It gives, it takes.
I don't think you want to know what my right hand's capable
Makes
of
sense.
some days.
Liliana and I extended the Divine's reach beyond the Grand Cathedral. We went where she could not. After Beatrix, I was tired of the position and wanted to return to the Seekers. But Justinia convinced me for the future.
Thought she could really change things.
Justinian knew the war was coming long before it began. She tried to avert it, but the forces arrayed against her were too strong. Sometimes you have to break a bone so it can be reset. That's where the Inquisition comes in. It was to be the answer. A means to preserve as well as an agent for change. I only wish she had lived to see it.
Apparently, how did you become a right hand? I thought she just answered this question.
The right hand.
Sweet Andraste, do you really want to hear that?
Oh, I guess I'm determined.
What, 18, 20 years ago? Some still discuss it like it
How old
happened
are
yesterday.
you?
The tale gets bigger each time it's told. I barely recognize myself within it now.
18, 20 years? I'm scared of how old she is. What? That's how stories work.
That's what happens with stories that become legends.
I am not a legend, nor was I then. I was a young woman barely out of training. To hear others tell it, I alone...
I'm gonna check Wikipedia. I want to know how old this woman is now.
Grand Cathedral. Rather impressive for such a young seeker, wouldn't you say?
And the truth is?
I stumbled upon a conspiracy to kill Beatrix. A Templar Knight Commander was at its heart. And there was a dragon battle at the Grand Cathedral, but I had help from loyal mages who rallied to the cause. They freed the dragons from magical control. Without them, the Divine and I would both have died. Yet I became the right hand, and they are forgotten.
I'm gonna ask what became of the
What
mages
happened to
first,
the mages that
since it's a
helped you?
question.
They went back to
Heart's still
their
there, we'll do that.
with rewards and privileges and most holy's gratitude. Many of them died at the conquering.
Go here on President. Yep, let's see what happens.
You're delightful.
Prove slightly.
No, I do not know that. I object. There is nothing delightful about me.
I beg to differ.
I think I preferred you in the stocks.
I'll let you get back to work.
It's like, you better. Stop talking to me. Hey. Alright, so we'll go to the hinterlands. Oh, wow, we've got some more quests unlocked. Alright, but we'll come back. What is this? Oh, the rift. Screw the rift. Alright, we're gonna go back to the... Can't take anybody else. We have no other party members still yet. Alright, we'll go back to the camp, save. Like I said, I figured this whole episode would go to talking. Next episode, we'll get back to doing adventures, I hope. Yay! Well, I can read this. Claim an area's landmark to make the Inquisition more knowledgeable of the local area. Nobody cares. Gather herbs and metals out of the wild and use them to craft upgrades to your gear and potions, which we'll do when that unlocks. I don't know when that'll be, though. Considering we're 15 parts in and we're only in the technically second area of the game. Yeah, this is going to be like a 300-part series. I almost have that feeling.
Episode.
Yeah, 300-part episode. Episode 1, Part 1, Part 2, Part 3, Part 4. What happened to Episode 2? It's coming. I promise. We're not like Street Fighter here that has like 7 Street Fighter 2 sequels. Saving, 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 I save along the lines. It takes so much forever. Alright. And we'll wait a second to make sure it's safe. Hey, so, what did we learn? Cassandra doesn't think she's impressive, and apparently the first person I can flirt with is the one that looks like she's attracted to other females. Also, that brings the question, no matter who I choose to be in a romantic relationship with, unless it's the Quinari, which is also what make me gay in this, how would they have lovemaking? That seems really dangerous, especially those horns. I don't know. Those are questions that we might answer. Oh, I already saved. What am I doing? Alright, so we'll go and leave it there. Come back next time where we'll actually continue exploring the hinterlands again. And remember, keep gaming, never give up. And Cassandra, you're so delightful. There is nothing delightful about that woman.